Good morning. Let's get a little levels check in here, see if everything's going good. Turn this down a little bit to a little more casual listening. Welcome, Sunday, the day, a couple days after Thanksgiving, man. We're back at Samurai Castle. And what's up, DJ Doggy Dad, man? Well, first one in. What's happening, my brother? Yeah, I figured, man, I found the craziest deal. I love the company. What's up, Banana Rider? Love the company. Pittsburgh Modular. It's cool. I love American companies. And the boys work hard. They got cool media. The owner loves the OPXY. That's probably the only thing that we disagree on. Everything else I think is cool. But we got the Voltage Lab too with a crazy deal. We've got the TAIGA Keys with a crazy deal. What's up, Conductive? And I just figured we just go revisit them, man, because I think a lot of people forgot about them. They don't really have any, it's kind of, they're both in a category of their own. You know, I think the TAIGA Keys kind of competes a little bit with another product, which I'll show you in a minute. And I kind of think the Voltage Lab is in a total category of its own. You guys let me know if that music is just right or it needs to be switched over. As you can see over here, I got the synth drip on today, baby. I got my father's jacket. My brother brought it down to me when he came down to visit. This jacket is from, I do believe it's from the 60s. Could be the 70s, but man, the condition it is in and the quality of the drip is just insane. It's SYNTHS, baby. You know it, and I know it. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's a beautiful jacket. Even got the thing. Some people call it a rogue. I don't know. I call it a smoker's jacket, but you know what I mean? I don't smoke, so it's just a jacket to me. So let's get moving, man. I figured I'd just show you that SYNTHS drip, baby, you know? And I got the Echo Craft shirt on too under. You know that. Love Echo Craft's gear. It's cool. All right, let's jump back on over here. Oh, baby, that heritage cloth, you know it, dude. This is fresh. You don't get fresher than this. Got a coffee going here. I got a dark roast today. The weekends, I like to drink the real coffee. During the weekdays, I have real coffee too, but I try to switch up between Rise mushroom coffee and regular hardcore coffee. So, hope you guys are doing good, man. We might as well get the show started. We got a few of the legends in here. Turn down this music maybe another little notch. There we go. And I'll jump on over to our main screen here and let's check it out, man. So this company right here, Pittsburgh Modular, if you guys don't know, but I'm not a modular guy, but in the last year or two, they've come out with some cool products. And the first one we're going to look at is the TAIGA Keys. So you got the original module right here. And then they came out with the Big Daddy, the Big Kahuna. And this is a bigger, badder, more beautiful version. They're both beautiful. The aesthetics on these things, you know we're sucking for aesthetics over at Samurai Nation. But man, the aesthetics on these, the color palette they chose, that pastel-y, beige, bluish green and red, it looks amazing. I love the saws and the knobs. We're just going over a bit of aesthetics here on both of those. They're absolutely gorgeous. So let's just do a little read through, man, and then we'll listen to, I got some videos loaded up out of one and only Daniel Fisher. We'll check those out, and the price on these things are gonna blow your mind. Probably should show you the price right away, but yeah, maybe I'll show you the price right away just to blow your mind. Now we'll read this for a minute. So we go down here, innovative analog technology. I say Tiger, but it's Taiga, you know, forest in Japan, I think they said, or China or somewhere. Tiger is a complete modern modular instrument that allows us to explore beyond the boundaries of traditional analog synthesizer. The sound of Taiga can be attributed to three uniquely Pittsburgh innovations: a trio of huge analog oscillators, the unmistakably smooth sound of Pittsburgh filter, baby, that cream, and the warmth of our dynamic controller. Pittsburgh filter. These enable us to not only create sounds that we would traditionally expect from analog monosynth, but also explore new sonic textures and performance possibilities. It's early in the morning, man. I'm stuttering a little bit here. Not early, but I had to sleep in a little bit today because, you know, when you get back in your own bed with those flannel sheets, Man, something about it. I hope you guys got flannel sheets in your bed. If you don't got flannel sheets, some people like silk sheets. I like flannel. There ain't nothing better than getting in when it's cold at night and getting in those flannel sheets. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. The unique TAIGA keyboard. So the cool thing about this, if you look up here, they added this little section over here. If you can see my mouse moving on the screen, this is a 24 HP section that can be removed, where it allows you to install some modules of your own, whether that be some oscillators, filters, different envelopes, some effects, whatever you want to do, you can put in right here, which is pretty freaking cool if you ask me, along with the crazy semi-modular patch bay, which I do believe you can patch anything to anything to anything to anything. That's layman terms for patching to anything. All right, unique. What's unique about the TAIGA keyboard? TAIGA keyboard, larger format, provides the room for a few unique features. Most obvious is the full-size 37 premium keybed with velocity and aftertouch. Thank you very much for adding that in. Dedicated pitch and mod wheels offer instant access to a unique set of modulation tools, including manual control, clock sync, LFOs, envelope, and random source. 1/4 inch left and right output jacks. Full-size MIDI in, MIDI out. DIN jacks, no MIDI through. The larger format allows TAIGA keyboard to utilize larger, more spread out knobs and a second analog LFO. So you just get a second LFO there. TAIGA keyboard also includes a first of its kind 24 HP Euro rack format modular expansion bay, which you can see right here. Super cool. Very, very cool. I think it's one of the coolest things I might have ever seen in my whole entire life. And we keep rolling. What do we got? The fully modular signal path of TAIGA means modules can be inserted into any point of the signal path, install 4th or 5th oscillator into the expansion bay, truly create monster sounds. Additional filters allow for an expanded sonic palette, add a sampler, a sequencer, complex digital effects. The works, man. It's very, very awesome. It's beautiful. And if we jump over here, where is it? I think I got it loaded up first. Look at this, man. SWEETWATER. 300 bucks off right now. $999. I personally think that that's a crazy deal, because the only real competition out there for this, I mean, I guess you've got the Mantis, but that's 1,300 bucks right now by PWM, which is also a cool synth. So the only real competition is this. I just gotta check something. Stream still working? Let me know. We always got some technical difficulties sometimes. So again, man, this is a crazy deal. The only competition, yeah, 300 bucks off. So I mean, I almost ordered this over the weekend, but I was like, I just gotta go down. You don't like the ventilations? What are you talking about, ventilation holes? Yeah. Oh yeah. You don't like these vents? Yeah. These are actually semi-modular patch bay where you can patch anything to anything, but that's hilarious. The Polybrew 12 got the big vents, baby. So let's just check out the quick and dirty deets on this if we go down to the bottom here. Just to get a quick. So here's the features: 3 oscillators, 6-stage wave folder, wave shaper, 37 key, a modular expansion bay, fully patchable 64-point bay, provides unfettered control. We got a noise generator with pink, white, great for percussive, multi-mode, no dead spot filter. So you got a multi-mode filter, cool. Onboard preamp, ADSR envelopes, dual LFO, so it's cool. I know, I was just playing around. So let's just check out some sounds from this beauty, from our one and only, the Big Dan Fisher.
Hi, I'm Daniel Fisher here at Sweetwater Sound, and today is Richard Nico Visit Day.
Richard Nico, what's up, baby?
which I always love because he keeps bringing more toys. And here's another one. Now, a year ago, you might remember that he brought the TAIGA, which was an amazing module with 3 oscillators, but it wasn't one of those standard try to sound like a Moog 3 oscillators. It's like, I want 3 oscillators that sound entirely different. And now it's with a keyboard and even more features.
It's freaking gorgeous. Let's just get that right off the table. Richard and his team over at Pittsburgh Modular absolutely made, it's arguably right now, to be honest with you, if you would just want to talk about a straight analog synth like this, it's probably one of the most beautiful monophonic synthesizers ever put out. And I do believe it's paraphonic, 3-voice paraphonic. Correct me if somebody will correct me in a bit, but $999. I'm trying to figure out who this product is for. Modular musician wants portable coffee shop instruments for their favorite module for the week start. Yeah. I mean, isn't it crazy that you can get this absolute work of art for cheap? We're not going to go, don't bring me down that road, DJ Doggy Dad. That's last week's news, man. We ain't covering that no more. That's last week's news. Let's just keep it positive with the beautiful TAIGA modular keyboard.
It sure is. We wanted to expand on TAIGA, which was award-winning, by the way. People just love that we can do new, interesting things with monosynths. And so we expanded it out now to TAIGA keyboard, which adds a few really interesting things to the world of monosynthesizers. One, it's expanded, so there's plenty of room. All the knobs are nice and big. You can reach in there and touch stuff. And
nothing wrong with a big knob, eh, boy?
2, we have more modulation on this one. So we have an additional analog modulator.
Okay.
The TAIGA desktop has 1. This one has 2 analog LFOs. And we also have the digital mod wheel. And what this is it can be either a standard mod wheel where it's 0 to 5 volts in analog synth speak, or it can be an LFO, or it can be a decay envelope, or just random. And in addition to that, and this is something we think is really clever, for the first time we know of in the synth world, we've added just a little bit of Eurorack to the right-hand side. It's not enough to be a Eurorack case on its own, but we think it's really nice. It's like an expansion base. So if you need...
It's nice. You know, I looked it up the other day when I was going to buy this. I was like, ooh, I might buy this here. What I would like to get is that Zoya Eurobro or whatever it's called. You know, the Zoya pedal module to go in there. But it was too freaking big. I think it was 35 HP or something. And I was like, damn. I was like, that would have been the absolute perfect module to pair with this, but it was too big. I think it was too big. I'll check in a minute.
Need 4 oscillators, if you need 5 oscillators, if you want to add a different flavored filter. So we have our classic Pittsburgh filter in here, obviously, but say you want to add a transistor ladder filter. So
it ain't the size of the knob, it's how you turn it, right?
something like that to get different vibes. Because this is fully patchable up here, you could patch those in directly into the signal where you want them. So for instance, if you add another filter, you could have it replace this one. I don't know why you would ever want to do that, but you could. Or you could run it in series with this one or in parallel. So because we have this expansion bay here and full access to the signal path, really,
Behringer brains would fit, yes. I do believe the Behringer brains would fit.
you can go crazy with it.
And again, I really like that all the jacks are up here, which means your cables can spill out over there with being out in front of the knobs. On the older one there at the bottom, again, it didn't cover all the knobs, which is great. And then the 24U space there, one of the things I wanted to show was this very cool thing that goes there, and it shows you the signal flow. So even if you don't have it, it's not like you have a gaping space there.
Yeah, and the signal flow is sort of an homage to all those awesome retro synths that they always had the signal flow on the right-hand side. And when I was growing up playing synths, I used that. That's how I knew how to get around. And we wanted to honor that tradition.
So tell me a little bit about the connections front and back.
So yeah, on the back, we have 2 1/4-inch outputs that for left and right, and we have 5-pin DIN MIDI this time. We had plenty of room to put the larger ones on there. Makes it easy. And on the top, we have a full complement of patch points. So this really gives you access to everything.
I mean, you can pretty much, you can patch this whichever way, nonstop possible. This thing has got every single option available for patching.
This is, although it's normal and you don't need any patch points to use it, you can go in and break everything apart. So the oscillators can be separated, the mixer can be separated, everything can be rerouted.
It's as if everything was its own Eurorack module.
That's exactly right. But you don't have to think about that until you want to. which
So again, someone in the chat, they were just saying, you know, who's this for? I was trying to figure out who it's for. I don't know if that was a joke or a real question. I think this is for somebody, man, who's very interested in an amazing sounding synthesizer that you have the ability, like he just said, to break it all apart and repatch it in whichever way you want. It's kind of like a gateway to modular, or if you've got a crazy modular setup yourself, now you've got a keyboard that you can outpatch and patch in your whole other modular setup. So I think it's definitely a very, very unique, and like I said, the only competition is really this and the Mantis. And I don't know if the Mantis is crazy patchable. I'll have to check that after. I think the Malevolent is. So maybe the Malevolent is the only
makes it really nice. You don't have to say, oh, there's a million jacks, which one do I need? When you want to switch one, you'll know which one you need.
And so, like I mentioned, the TAIGA desktop module, I've been playing with that for a year, and it sounds like nothing else I own. It is really what I go to when I want something that isn't the standard East Coast, you know, sound like a mini mode kind of thing. And so we did 2 videos on that, an introduction to it, as well as I did a deep dive on every knob, and mostly that'll be similar here, of course. So let's go into some of the areas where it is different than the desktop.
Same price as the grandmother. Yes, with an extra oscillator and an extra LFO. And I do believe also the grandmother just has the spring reverb. I'm pretty sure this has some type of delay built in. Don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see in a minute. Let's move on over to, let's hear him playing. Actually, might as well just listen for a minute.
Yeah, well, I think a great place to start, because I have you here and I can't play at all. Don't tell anybody. I want to see you play this thing. I want to see someone that can really dig in and play some keys, because we have this beautiful 37 key bed that we designed specifically for this instrument, and I want to hear a virtuoso go at it.
Okay, so to start, we're going to have some effects. We're using the Black Hole DSP2 by Erica Synths. That gives us different types of DSP effects.
All right, so let's go to the big screen here for a second. If you look in right here, there is an echo delay type section right here. So it does have delay, but no reverb. So if you're gonna want to add some reverb or stuff, you'll have to do that through this module expansion bay, or use a pedal, or if you're into VSTs and plugins that way, all right?
And they come out in stereo, which will be very cool, which, as you said, goes in here and comes out true stereo out of the back with 1/4 inch.
That's right.
So tell you what, let's trade places, and I'll start over here, and I'm going to let you tweak while I just come up with notes.
I like it.
Cool.
I mean, it sounds incredible. I know Hans Volt ain't in here, but I bet you Hans Volt, he's an analog aficionado. And this here, vintage vagabond Hans Volt, this sounds great to me. But I only got synth baby ears. You guys let me know what you think, but it sounds amazing. I think one of the biggest mistakes that Moog did is they put the spring reverb in the grandmother, then they put the stereo, I think it was the Bucket Brigade delay, in the matriarch. They should have just put both in both, you know? It would have been way cooler. I mean, not $1,000. Come on. I think this is probably a must buy for a lot of people. $1,000. Look, man, I'm not lying. I ain't lying to you. Look at this. $300 off, man. That is a friggin' good deal. 3 days left, limited time offer. So, I mean, if you want to grab this, you got to go over to Sweetwater right now and get it. It's back ordered, more on the way, but you can get in locked in for this price. It's a crazy price, unless you want what we're going to look at next, which is the Voltage Lab, which is also a crazy deal. Maybe an even better deal. The delay they got in there is the Black Hole, I believe he said. Black Hole modular delay from, I'm not sure who he said. We'll see in a second. Crazy, right? Now you got to keep in mind this module here is adding a ton to the sound. So you have to understand if you buy this right out of the box, it's not going to sound like this because he's added this crazy black hole delay to it. And I'm not sure what he added here actually, but this is adding a ton of sound to this. But like I said, it's got this built-in echo delay also. So it would have been nice if they showed it with just the delay from the TAIGA keys and then also did it with to kind of give us a sound of what it sounds like raw. Erica Synths. Okay, yeah, Erica Synths module. Cool. Yeah, so he's got the Erica Synths module in there. Sounds pretty friggin' awesome. Let's just jump ahead a little bit. Totally insane. So I mean, this here is $999, but if you wanted to go a little less riskier and you wanted to try the let me just pop it open here. If you wanted to try the just the module is like the module's $799, I believe, right here. Yeah. So if you wanted to just pick this up, $800. So I mean, listen, it's a no-brainer. If you got no space, I guess you go for this, but why would you go for this when you can go for the other one, right? The keys, which for an extra $100, basically, is that what it is? 700, 800? Yeah, $200? Yeah, extra $200. Yeah, so I don't know. It's a tough call. Let's listen to a little more, then we'll switch over to the next one. What do you guys think? Are you surprised by how this sounds? I think a lot of people forgot. There's so many synthesizers coming out, so many releases all the time, so much news. And I was talking to Echo the other day and we were like, man, we got to make sure we go back and revisit these synthesizers and not just always jump on the new thing. And when I saw this deal the other day, you know, selfishly, I was like, man, I'm going to go look this thing up because when it came out visually, I was like, I love to have that. It's just a beautiful piece of art. And then when I heard it, I was like, oh, this is interesting. And in my mind, when I'm thinking, oh, if I run this through a bunch of guitar pedals, just the module alone, but I was like $800 for a module. I just can't do it. It's not really, I can't do it. But then I'm looking at this and I'm like $1,000 and you get the whole keys, plus you get the modular 24 HP expansion bay to throw in an Erica Synths black hole or whatever, throw in there whatever you want. I'm like, it's definitely something to consider. And I might actually buy this. I know someone told me the other day, you need a good monophonic synth. 3-voice paraphonic, I do believe. And I think it's, I mean, this is just, the sky's the limit for what you can do with this, like never ending. And like with this expansion bay, you can just constantly turn your synthesizer into a new synthesizer. And I mean, with Behringer coming out with all the new modules, the Behringer Brains, the Behringer Waves, like they've got so much stuff coming out for cheap that you can really pimp this synth right out. Hans Volt, just the guy we wanted to hear from, man. We're wondering what you think of this. This has got some real nice sound to it, brother. I mean, everyone's like, I need a real good new mono. I mean, I got the Korg or the Behringer monopoly right here. This is amazing. I've got the friggin' Model D and the Wasp and the Neutron up top. So, but this here, you see these space? I got to put something right here and I got to put something up there. So I got to fill these two spaces with synthesizers. And I got to fill this one. I think I'm going to put the Korg multi-poly right there. And right up here, no, Korg multi-poly up here. And right down here, I might put the, if you can see it right here, I'm probably going to put the TE05, or maybe I'm going to get this TAIGA Keys. I don't know. I got to think about it. I got to think about it. Bro, if this sounds like a vacuum cleaner, I hope you got an audio out on your vacuum cleaner to plug in your mixer. Ooh, MS-101. I mean, that sounds fat. You guys have lost your mind. If you don't think that sounds good, you're freaking crazy, dude. You're crazy. That sounds amazing. And what do I got to keep telling you right now? $999 for this thing, dude. That is a crazy deal. It's got the Pittsburgh Modular insane filters, 3 oscillators, 2 LFOs. It's got an echo delay style section. It's got a 24 HP modular expansion bay. It's fully patchable, fully semi-modular. Is that a word? Fully semi-modular? I got a fully semi-modular. Or I got a semi-fully modular, whichever you want to do. But man, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous synthesizer. 3 days left, baby. If you want that, go get it. Now let's go check out the other one. Now this is also awesome. When this came out, instantly intrigued, you know, instantly intrigued. You want to know why? Because it's got tons of knobs. It's got that, I don't know what you want to call it, that transistor conductive. I'll figure out the name of it in a second. But this is the Analog Voltage Lab 2, Pittsburgh Modular's new insane beast of a synthesizer. Now, if you ask me, if you've had thoughts of getting into modular, why not just grab this? Low real estate, takes up not a lot of space, and the sounds you can get of it are the same. But let's just check out, you're between the TAIGA Keys sub 25. How much is the sub 25, Andy Fireblade? How much is that going for? You want to check real quick? Let's see. Moog sub. Let's see what the sub's going for. Sub 37's $18.99. Sub 25. All right, that's another one of the categories. We'll pop that open. So this is the competition for the TAIGA Keys, basically. We got the Moog Grandmother, $9.99. Then we've got the Moog subsequent 25, $9.99. Nah, screw that. Don't get the sub 25. No. I wouldn't get the sub 25. If I was gonna pick between these two, I'd go with a used Grandmother. You pick that up for probably $6.99, $7.99. or I go for the TAIGA keys. Right here. It's awesome. All right, let's keep checking this out before we get off track. All right, so this here is amazing, absolutely beautiful. Let's check out what we got, what the copywriting is. I'll tell you what though, too, Pittsburgh Modular. Look at this, man, we're matching the oscillators and percolators. You know what? I think I created the oscillators and percolators show after going and watching a Pittsburgh Modular video, because I must have subconsciously matched the colors and the writing too, almost. Wow. Synergistically, Pittsburgh Modular and oscillators and percolators were meant to do this together right now. So that's cool. And I love their logo. I think their designs are awesome. Their website's slick as a mother. All right, let's roll down and check it out. A sound design laboratory. The Pittsburgh Modular Voltage Lab 2 is cutting-edge synthesis laboratory that offers a new palette of analog textures and waveforms to sonic researchers. Newly developed wave shaping capabilities paired with a powerful synthesis tools and a deep performance-oriented controller joined together to create a complete sound design laboratory. I love that. This instrument has a very physical sound. The tones it creates feel natural and alive, with traditional waveforms becoming the seeds of the unique shapes and sounds that shift between analog physical modeling and a more unfamiliar abstract timbres. Cool. Very cool. Do you want to watch the intro video? Let's do it. Might get an ad though, heads up. Whoa. So, like I was just saying, another cool thing about Pittsburgh Modular is they like the green screen just like the Samurai does, and they got some cool videos where they use their green screen. I love how they do their marketing in-house. I don't know if they hire anyone, but it seems in-house. It's very, very cool. A very, very interesting melding of content creation and advertising. And they do live jams and stuff too. I hope they get those back going again. Richard and the boys, they were doing lots of live jams, which are cool. I was watching those all the time. But in this day and age, man, if you're a company, JHS Pedals does a great job of melding the worlds of content creation and advertising, blurring the lines between a show and an ad. And I've been looking at them a lot lately because I'm so interested in guitar pedals. And yeah, I just love what Pittsburgh Modular does with their marketing. It's super cool, it's slick, it's awesome. Like I said, the only thing I disagree with, Richard Baby, is the OBXY sucks. It's a piece of crap. It's not worth $2,300. And with you got these beautiful synthesizers, man, the disrespect that they would even charge $2,300 for that when you've got these beautiful pieces of gear going for what you got them going for, man. This is real stuff here, because you're a real one. Let's go.
Welcome to the Lab Report. I'm your host, Richard Nickel, and I am proud to introduce the Voltage Lab 2.
To be honest, they put such effort into their own creative marketing that they're doing here. I just feel like I almost just want to buy it to support them, because it's an American company. They put a lot of effort in, a lot of thought and creativity goes into the design, the sound, the aesthetics. So I'm liking this company. How do you make those jungle sounds? I don't know. We'll see. You can.
The Pittsburgh Modular Voltage Lab 2 is a cutting-edge analog sound design laboratory that offers a new palette of tones and textures to sonic explorers. Newly developed complex wave shaping capabilities paired with powerful synthesis tools and a deep performance-oriented controller joined together to create a synthesizer that proves analog is important.
I mean, it's just freaking gorgeous. Like, I mean, you might not be in, if you're someone like Echo Craft or Synth Punk, and you like the look of those, the very boring looking sequential Prophet Rev 2, whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called now, but you know that one. The goth girl looking synthesizer is just black. You know, Echo knows. They won't admit it, but they know that that's not the prettiest looking synthesizer, Rev 2. Now, don't get me wrong. The sequential Rev 2 sounds amazing. And I might get the module at some point. But when I look at it, if I walked into a Guitar Center or a music shop and I was walking by, and as my eyes are perusing all the beautiful ladies, and I look around, my eyes would just go right past the sequential Rev 2. I wouldn't even give it a second glance. And my eyes would directly go to this, because this is, it just draws you in with its beauty.
The Voltage Lab 2 has a very physical sound, meaning that the sounds it creates feel natural and alive. This is the result of newly engineered capabilities built into each of the laboratory oscillators.
Whoa, Black Beauty, damn, oh, Black Beauty.
Laboratory Oscillator 1 showcases the power of a new wave shaping method we call center clipping. Unlike filters and wave folders which work from the peaks.
I actually would get, this is just, okay, let's just check the price out real quick. I think I got it loaded up here. Voltage Lab, I even think that this is a $500 off, 3 days left. $15.99. So what you're rolling into now, you're rolling into Oberheim, TE05 territory. You're rolling into Take 5 territory. You're rolling into Hydrasynth territory. So, like, who is this for? You might be asking yourself, who is this for? To me, when I look at this, for this price point, this is for somebody, like he was just saying, who is a sonic scientist. You really want to get in there and you want to find the craziest, most wildest sounds. You want to explore the sonic soundscape like a nomad across the Saharan deserts looking for a drop of water. All right, you're looking for that sound. That's what you are. You're a nomad with a scarf wrapped around your face during a friggin' sandstorm, searching for that one drop of fresh water from that spring, the last spring in the desert. This is what you're doing with this. You're looking for that sound that nobody has ever touched and heard and felt. That's what you're doing with this. That's what I think. Let's keep rolling. Where are we? Right here.
Inwards, center clipping modifies the shape of a waveform from the middle out. This unlocks new sonic possibilities through independent control over the top and bottom of the waveforms. Additional center clipping parameters increase the shaping potential even further, stretching and shifting waves to sculpt harmonic content. Laboratory Oscillator 1 also includes our warping 6-stage wave folder.
There's no electricity in the Sahara, that's what you think.
Designed to add even more harmonic content to high harmonic content waves like the ones created with center clipping. Laboratory Oscillator 2 utilizes pulse symmetry to introduce a second dimension of manipulation to the traditional pulse wave by adding a variable step between the top and bottom.
I don't know, but I bet you, I'd like to ask Richard, because Hans, that was a good question. I'm wondering if those jungle monkey chirping sounds in the background, I bet you they're made with this.
Bottom of the waveform. This creates a shape that resembles a set of stairs, while unlocking a wide range of unique pulse width modulation style sounds. Inspired by vintage surge design, reflection flips the bottom half of the waveform back onto the top half. The results sound different for every waveform. A sine doubles in frequency, a saw morphs into a triangle, and a pulse symmetry wave gains additional complexity.
If I could, I would have you know those huge motorcycles that got the big front panels? You see them, the Harley Davidsons with the huge like wind panel. If I could, I'd like to design one of those where the whole front panel is just a synthesizer just like this. So when you're riding down the highway cruising, you can like just adjust sound as you're rolling.
The interplay between the two laboratory oscillators can be harnessed in several different ways. Ring modulation, bit crushing, frequency modulation, and bidirectional heart sync are all available to create the widest possible range of sounds. This was a lot of new wave shaping possibilities to take in at once. If you missed anything, please feel free to rewind the film and watch.
Yeah, that was a lot. I was almost getting hypnotized by those jungle monkey chirps. I kind of even missed what he was even saying, actually. That was very hypnotic, to be honest. I think I missed everything he said. I might have to rewind that, but we'll just keep rolling here for a little bit.
This section again. The Voltage Lab 2 includes a full complement of powerful synthesis modules, 2 function generators, 2 dynamics controllers, a chance sequencer, and a pair of analog effects work alongside a collection of less obvious but very useful tools, each designed to cover obvious but very useful tools.
What analog effects?
Each function generators, 2 dynamics controllers, a chance sequencer, and a pair of...
All right, so we got a florist flanger chorus, and we got echoes with a bucket brigade delay. Okay, so the only thing we're missing there is a little bit of reverb. As the boys would say over at PSN, we're missing a little bit of reverb here, boys. We're missing a little bit of reverb here. We need a little bit of reverb on this synthesizer here. That's what the boys at PSN say.
Analog effects work alongside a collection of less obvious but very useful tools, each designed to cover a wide range of uses. The Voltage Lab 2 includes everything you need to craft the ultimate sonic experiment.
Oh, $1,500, man. If I had it, I'd do it.
The touch control.
You know what? I don't know. Can I get the funding to make a synth bike? Can I get the funding for someone to come in and take one of those huge windshields? Hold on. Let's just check this out for a second. Let's go. What do I do here? Let me see. If I go Harley Davidson windshield. Let's check it out. Harley Davidson windshield. If I could, yeah, now this is what I'm talking about right here. All right, so this is what I want to do. This is my idea. Let's look at this one, wind splitter. If I could take this wind splitter, I need to see the internals behind. If I could take this wind splitter, hold on, let's stop this for a sec, go on a little tangent. If I go wind splitter, let me see. Let's see what we got over at Harley here. Deny cookies, get out of town. All right, so if I could take this, you see that? I need to see the behind though. Quick release compact, quick dynamic. Hold on now. Let's get to the big boys. There we go. Double light. Now, if I could take this, zoom in. Zoom in, please. I guess that's as far as we zoom. Yeah, if I could take the inside of this thing here, and I could insert a total, maybe Pittsburgh Modular, Harley Davidson, and Synth Samurai can collaborate, and we could make a Harley Davidson windshield with the speakers built in, full of Pittsburgh Modular modules that you could twist as you're driving. Do some patching on the highway. You know, you're cruising, ladies on the back. You got those big, huge speakers. Let me see if windshield with speakers built in. Let's try this again. Hold on. X that out. This is a little tangent, but I got to check it out. Speakers. Because I think this is possible. Let's see. Harley Davidson. Speakers, not sneakers. All right, yeah, here we go. This is what we're looking for right here. Okay. All right, so we're looking at something like this. All right. Let's check it out, big screen. So we're looking at something like this. Now, let's get this big, bam, baby. Okay, so this is my idea. All along here would be Pittsburgh Modular knobs. Every friggin' space you see is a friggin' knob. Yellow, red, blue, knobs everywhere. Here's the speakers, 2 big, huge Bose speakers. And over here you've got, usually you would have your speedometer and all that. Get that crap out of there. Put that down here somewhere. Up here, this would be our screen to access all the parameters. So as we're driving, we could twiddle some knobs as we're driving. That's what I think. Or, you know, just to be safe, when we park and everyone's chilling, having a Bud Light or whatever you do at the biker stop, you jam some friggin' Harley, Samurai, Pittsburgh Modular Synth Bike Lab is what we should call it. All right, let's get back to the show. Sorry for that.
Modular 2 enables artists to blend traditional pitch performances with the freedom to openly experiment, creating a flexible playground for music creation. Let's talk about how this works. There are 2 channels, red and yellow. Each channel also has two modes, keyboard mode and sequencer mode. Keyboard mode utilizes the pressure-sensitive touchpads as a live keyboard set to a selected key and scale. The pitch of the touchpads can also be assigned using the associated channel step knobs or chromatic.
What I need to do is buy a cheap crap motorcycle and then get one of those windshield panels and then find someone who could wire me a synthesizer in there. Put the Wasp, the Model D, and the Neutron all into the windshield of the motorbike. That's what I need to do. All right, so you get the idea of this thing. It's absolutely crazy. I want to hear this octave section because I missed it.
Utilizes the pressure-sensitive touchpads as a live keyboard set to a selected key and scale. The pitch of the touchpads can also be assigned using the associated channel step knobs or chromatically. Sequencer mode offers step conditions, jumps, chance effects, generative sequencing, and a host of other tools that allow musicians to both create and interact with complex systems. In keyboard and sequencer mode, the blue CV channel sets gate length, envelope decay time, and an additional unquantized CV value for both the red and yellow channels.
This is an intense sonic marvel, this thing.
Additional features of the Touch Controller 2 include MIDI output, simultaneous quantized and unquantized outputs for each channel, scan inputs for each channel that select the active step based on the incoming voltage, and more. Not to mention, most of the functions of the Touch Controller 2 can be used simultaneously, creating a tangled web of complex potential.
All right, that's cool. Let's check out Daniel Fisher's video where we go through it. What do you guys think so far? Let's take a little break. I take a sip of coffee here for a sec. I mean, the Voltage Lab 2 to me is pretty friggin' awesome. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Sounds crazy. Is it for me? 1,500 bucks. I don't think I'm good enough to use something like that yet. I don't think I got the chops. I don't got the skill. I haven't progressed through the synth belts high enough even to come close to, I think, doing justice for something like the Voltage Lab 2. Although, for this kind of deal, did I already exit out? For this kind of deal, 500 bucks off. I mean, if you're into modular and you are into experimenting with sound, and like I said, if you want to explore the vast galaxies and the sonic territories unknown to most human beings, you're probably going to pick up the Voltage Lab 2. It's a no-brainer for 1,500 bucks. No-brainer, if you ask me. And the no-brainer for me is this one. I might actually get this. I gotta really... That will cut 1,000 bucks into my Cream Dream fund, though. It's tough. I don't know. What do you guys think, man? Should I abandon the Cream Dream? The Cream Dream is seeming like more of a Cream Dream. And like I said, now that all the British bagpipe and the English matchstick and all those fellas got it, I don't know if I want to get it because they all got it, you know? It's kind of stupid of me and stubborn, but, you know, they're my nemesis. So since they're my nemesis, I have to, maybe I got to join Team Moog Muse. Listen, if ProSynthNetwork and Pubness and all the boys over there, if they all got the Cream Dream, I might have to join Team Muse just to be, because they're my nemesis. Or do I join them? Or do I join them? That's the other question I gotta answer. What do I do? Do I join the Brits and go with the Cream Dream? Or do I stick it to pure Americana in China and go with the Moog Muse? That's the question. And like I said, because ProSynthNetwork is my ultimate nemesis, the British Bagpipe and the Synth Samurai will have a showdown one of these days. Because they're my ultimate nemesis, I don't know if I might have to abandon the Cream Dream. I gotta figure it out. All right, cool. All right, let's roll over here. Let's check out this video. Brace yourselves for some wild sonic sounds, man, because this isn't your regular synthesizer.
Hi, I'm Daniel Fisher here at SWEETWATER.
What do you say? Make friends, not enemies, Dan Wrangler? Listen, bro, yin and yang, dude. There's no such thing as a world of just friends. Okay? This is one of the fallacies of human optimism, is to assume that the world will always be just friends. Friends everywhere, friends all day, drinking tea together, you know, high-fiving each other, being totally in line with everything. It's not. The yin-yang is a historical, absolute, insane, galactic symbol for the duality of life, the yin and the yang, the white and the black, the good and the evil, the friend and the enemy. So no matter how many friends you try to make in life, no matter how many people you are nice to and support and all that, there will come somebody will come along, and they will assume the role of your enemy and your nemesis. And that doesn't mean enemy in the physical sense. It just means, you know, your, what do you call it? Is it antagonist? Your antagonist in your journey, in your story. There will be something or somebody who crops up and disturbs your peace, right? And in turn, there causes a disturb in the overall peace. So I'm out to make friends, man, but I don't mind having enemies either, okay? That's just the way it is.
Water sound. And one of my favorite days is when Richard Nichols stops by from Pittsburgh Modular, because it always means he has fabulous.
What's up, Tanner by the Sea, man? Welcome to the chat. I went hard at the NPC yesterday. I gotta apologize, dude. You know, I had to preface everything. The NPC is just not for me. But a lot of people like Tanner by the Sea wrote me yesterday, and he's told me that the NPC changed his life, man. It took him to new heights of musical creation, and I think it does that for a lot of people. But for me, it doesn't.
New toys. Tell us about this new one.
Well, today we have an especially interesting project. It's the Voltage Lab 2. Now, this is the sequel to the original Voltage Research Laboratory, which was an instrument we did a Kickstarter for like 4 years ago. You guys,
like I said, go check out the show, ProSynthNetwork, on Friday afternoons, 2 p.m. Eastern. I think it's 2 p.m. Eastern. Great show. The boys got their thing going on. They're doing great. They got a merch store set up. Everything's going good. It's just, you know, they don't like me. I like them. But I also kind of like the fact that they don't like me, because it's just the way it is. And you got Pubness. So you got ProSynthNetwork and you got the Pubness, and they are pretty much, so the Pubness and the ProSynthNetwork are one entity, how it is, right? So how it works is ProSynthNetwork is the front of the store. So if you walked into a store, you get greeted by 3 or 4 people in the front of the store, and everything's rainbows and cotton candy, man. Everything is beautiful. And then there's this door in the back that says staff only. So when you go into the staff only door, there's a room in the back. And that's what Pubness is. Pubness is the door to the back office of ProSynthNetwork. That's where all the boys hang out. That's where they chew the fat. That's where they shoot the you-know-what. That's where they come after the samurai. You know, so that's what it is. They're one and the same. It's just ProSynthNetwork is the front of the store, and then there's a staff-only door. You open that up, go through, and that's Pubness, all right? That's what it is.
It's had about 15, I think, to sell, and everything sold out instantly. But instead of making more, we said, you know what, let's make it better. Let's make it a little bit more interesting. So we spent the last 4 years sort of building up our cutting-edge analog technology and putting it all into the Voltage Lab 2.
It is beautiful looking, I gotta say, and it's also very clear. Like I've been looking at this very closely. I've only seen it starting today, but the way you have the colors laid out, it all makes sense. And if you have a little bit of experience with the TAIGA, you'll see similarities there as well as some of your other products.
Oh, absolutely. This is the user interface definitely shares a language with TAIGA.
Like Hulk Hogan and Macho Man, and Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior, and Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. For the show, you would think that they really don't like each other. Sometimes they don't like each other. Excuse me, behind the scenes. Hulk Hogan didn't like the Ultimate Warrior. Hated him. But Hulk Hogan liked the Macho Man. But also, Hulk Hogan kind of went behind the back door and, you know, did a little sneaky deaky with Miss Elizabeth. And Macho Man wasn't too happy about that. But, you know, they made up later on. Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant were great friends. But when Hulk Hogan body slammed him at WrestleMania 2, you would have thought they were enemies.
And what we were using color now in our knobs to really showcase the different aspects of it, to make it very easy when you glance at it, you can say, okay, this is the filter, okay, this is the dynamics, okay, this is the delay, because it's separated by color. Instead of drawing big rectangles around everything, it's just a nicer way to draw your eye to where you want to be.
And this surprisingly, a large number of variations of things.
I mean, my 2 favorite wrestlers by far are Macho Man Randy Savage and Ravishing Rick Rude. They're my 2 favorites by far. I kind of like the melding of, you know, face and heel. If you know what, in wrestling, a face is like a baby face. The face is like the good guy, which would have been like Hulk Hogan. And a heel would be like Andre the Giant, you know, or what you could call him a good guy, bad guy. In the business, they call it a face and a heel, a baby face and a heel. And you assume those roles. And the ultimate role is when a heel can blur the line of babyface and the crowd starts chanting for the heel because he's supposed to be a bad guy, but he wins over the crowd somehow. A little bit of wrestling inside baseball.
You can do in this for such a small size, and yet it's not all cramped. Like I can get in here and do everything. I can read everything.
Yeah, that was one of the original problems with the Voltage Research Laboratory was it was very small. So this one we wanted to spread it out and give you room to get in there because this is a laboratory. It's meant to be hands-on and a lot of experimentation because we've used technology in here that's never been used in analog synthesis before. We've really gone through every section and added something new to the world of analog.
The scary guy in wrestling, so you got Kane, which was apparently Undertaker's brother, right? You had Kane, and then another scary guy. I guess you had Mankind was a scary guy. Mick Foley was kind of scary. Is that who you're talking about? No, but they're all characters, man. They're all characters. But like some guys like Hulk Hogan just stayed. It's called kayfabe. So kayfabe is a term in the wrestling industry when, like Undertaker never broke character. When he was in the back room, he was the Undertaker. Like, he wasn't joking around with the boys having a coffee being his regular self. He was the Undertaker because he wanted to embody the character always, and he wanted to never break kayfabe is what it's called. And, like, I mean, Hulk Hogan right now doesn't break kayfabe. He's still Hulk Hogan. If you go to Florida, down to Clearwater, Florida, there's a place called Hogan's Hangout. You can go there on Monday nights for Monday Night Raw. There's karaoke going on. Hulk Hogan's there singing karaoke, and he looks exactly like Hulk Hogan. Yeah. Painkillers, big time.
Synthesis.
So you want to show us a couple sounds before we dive deep in on each of the knobs?
Yeah, let's make some weird sounds.
Wait a minute. Samurai, watching for months. You have loads of character, synthetic also, but like plugins. Yeah. I'm addicted to synthesizers in the best way possible. If there's anything you could be addicted to, it's got to be synthesizers because they bring you so much joy. As long as you don't, my personal philosophy with synthesizers is, me personally, is I don't buy it unless I have the money, right? I don't do the buy it and pay it off over time. If I got the money, I save up for it. And that's why, like, everyone's like, oh, Samurai, you don't buy nothing. You never buy nothing. I'm like, well, I got to save up for it, man. I just don't have oodles of cash flying around all over the place. So I got to think about a synthesizer and save up for it. But as I'm saving, it takes a long time. And then a new synthesizer comes in. So then I want that. That's my deal. I don't use the credit card or all that kind of stuff. So that's what I do. It's funny, when I did the character the other day of Stefan, the teenage engineering fanboy, I was channeling Ravishing Rick Rude. I'll play a video about that in a sec. Hold on. I want to hear some sounds. Let's go right here. Like, for me personally, when I'm listening to this now, right away, I'm like, oh, the TAIGA keys is what I would go for over this. But I understand the idea of this being an absolute sonic. This is the real labyrinth. Moog should have. This is what when you call a synthesizer the labyrinth, this is what the labyrinth should have been. If Moog released this as a labyrinth, awesome. Pittsburgh Modular should have licensed this out to Moog as the labyrinth. Yeah, Tanner, man, I'd love to hear a wrestling story, man. Email me. So I like this sound coming up here now. This is what I like, and I can imagine. I don't think they have this paired with any effects, which is interesting. Voltage Lab, interesting synthesizer. Like I said, $500 off right now. If you want to pick it up, where is it? Right here. That's a good deal, $500 off. But this one here is the real deal, if you ask me. $300 off this. I think this is a. I almost think if you're into synthesizers, if you're into collecting synthesizers, this is probably a must item collect, because it's a beautiful, beautiful product from an American company, because we love to support American companies. And I do like the Richard Nickel guy. I just don't like the fact that he glazed that OPXY so hard on Sonic State. That was just wild. All those guys glazed. They were glazing the OPXY like it was insane. And, you know, I don't know why. Maybe they love it. I know Richard just seems to love sound, so maybe he thinks it's a crazy sound device, but to glaze it at $2,300 is crazy. But anyways, this Pittsburgh Modular Tiger keyboard is awesome. Let's check this out. This is probably one of the best promos of all time. So when I channeled the character the other day of the teenage engineering guy, I was channeling Ravishing Rick Rude. All right, so let's go right back, because I was watching this the other day to get some ideas. Let's go right from the beginning.
I only go for, you know, 10s, so, you know, what can you say? Yeah.
Ravishing! Bobby the Brain Heenan leading Ravishing Rick Rude to the ring. Mr. Heenan, very active earlier on in our update. I don't know, there's...
Yeah, she don't make it. No.
I mean, how can you not like wrestling? It just blows my mind. Everyone's like, oh, you like wrestling? Wrestling's so fake. I'm like, bro, you went to friggin' Titanic with your missus and you cried. You do know that movie is fake, right? And they're like, you like wrestling? You're such a nerd. And I'm like, bro, you cried at Titanic sitting next to your missus. You're the nerd.
Too young.
Nice t-shirt. Oh, come on, look at this guy. I really don't know what the women see in him.
You don't?
No?
Well,
there you go, Jess.
Yeah.
There. One on the right.
This is how you cut a promo.
This man is so arrogant.
What I'd like to have right now is for all you fat, ugly Huntsville heifers, keep the noise down while I take my robe off and show the ladies the sexiest man on God's green earth. Hit the music.
Look at cameras are ready, McMahon.
Yep.
Now in just a second, you'll see why. There. That's what they see in him.
Well, compare his physique with that of the Ultimate Warriors is like horse manure and ice cream.
All right, we won't watch the match, but that's cool. But he's got a way better one. I think this one might be good. Let's check this one out. Hold on. I know this ain't a wrestling show, but come on, man. Does it get any? This one's good. Springfield.
What I'd like to have right now is...
This is my promo to ProSynthNetwork.
Is for all you fat, out of shape, Springfield sweat hogs.
And some are quite proud of it, I might add.
Springfield sweat hogs.
And some are quite proud of it, I might add.
All right, anyways, back to the music. So the Voltage Lab is amazing. The Tiger Keys is to me, it's the best deal I found all Black Friday. There's no better deal right now than this. All right, $300 off, $999. It's $1,000. You get a fully patchable, insanely semi-modular with modular 24 HP modular expansion bay to put in any type of module you want. Super awesome. And look at this, man. 3 oscillators, 2 LFOs, great keyboard, pitch mod wheels, obviously. Super beautiful knobs. Some of the best looking knobs in the business. Easy. I don't know where he got those knobs. Those knobs must have came from heaven. Unmatched audio processing, dual LFOs, ADSR processor, frequency modulation, 6-stage wave folder, wave shaper, 64 patch bay with noise, pink and white. Awesome. Super awesome. $999. So you guys tell me what you want to do, man. If you want to go get it, go get it. So you're that guy? What guy? Springfield Sweat Hogs. I'll show you one of the other best promos too. This is my favorite promo of all time. And then I gotta go pick up my Christmas tree. Macho Man Cream of the Crop. This is the best interview of all time. So I'll play this one here. This might get me copyrighted, but it's all good because it's fun. That patch paid out right here. So this is the best WWE promo of all time. And everybody tries to understand me as a synth character. This might help you.
Day that I'm certain my guest at this time will not forget. I'm talking about the former Intercontinental Champion of the world, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Nothing means nothing.
Nothing
means nothing, man.
Nothing means nothing. What do you mean by that?
I'm talking about all the way to the top, yeah. Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in. But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah. Macho Madness, yeah, has got more to offer than President Jack Tunney thinks that I got. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something right now. Cards stacked against the Macho Man Randy Savage in WrestleMania 3. Yeah, let me say it, yeah. Let me say it out loud. And let me point to the president of the World Wrestling Federation. The Macho Man Randy Savage is not happy with your decision, yeah. I am the cream in the World Wrestling Federation.
Wait a minute, Brent.
And there is no doubt about it, yeah. You mean Gene Okerlund. You know that I'm the cream of the crop.
Oh, wait a minute, though, Randy. I've got to ask you very seriously. Do you blame Mr. Jack Tunney, the distinguished president of the World Wrestling Federation, for Ricky Steamboat being the Intercontinental Champion today?
Yeah, I do, yeah. Outside interference, yeah. In my moment of glory. Yeah, no, I'm living in a nightmare. And I am the cream. And now, not only the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship belt must fall, but the World Heavyweight Championship belt. Because Hulk Hogan, yeah, I am the cream, yeah. The cream of the crop. And there is no one that does it better than the Macho Man Randy Savage. On balance, off balance, doesn't matter. I'm better than you are, yeah. And I'm talking to everyone in the World Wrestling Federation. And I'm even talking to President Jack Tunney, yeah. I'm on my way. And nothing is gonna stop me. Nothing's gonna stop me.
You know, just out of curiosity, Randy, and I certainly don't want to diminish your tremendous God-given talents, but I'm very curious. I haven't seen Elizabeth lately.
Yeah, she's on the outside of the ring. Does she interfere in matches? Yeah. Nothing, zero, yeah. Pure athlete, yeah. And I've been, maligned from the top to the bottom. And because they can't handle the Macho Man Randy Savage, the cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
That is absolutely fantastic, man. Totally fantastic. Let me tell you something, brother. The ProSynthNetwork and the British bagpipe and the English matchstick, the cream always rises to the top. Right from the top, you came after the samurai, the macho synth man samurai. And let me tell you something right now. No matter how hard you try to bring me down, no matter how hard you try to tear me down, the cream always rises to the top. Yeah. Macho synth man savage. Yeah. So.